crack on with that. So, yep, John, over to you. I think we're all back in the room.
Superb, thank you. Well, as kind of to allude to today, today's guest speaker is Michelle Squire from the Entrepreneurs Circle, which is nearly as good as the Entrepreneurs Club, but not quite. But I'll let you judge at the end. Michelle's been coaching me for about 2 years now, actually. So she does look after me, and it's very much on the marketing side. And if she can make an accountant seem interesting in the marketing, she can help practically anyone. Michelle heads up the coaching program at the Entrepreneurs Circle and has, Michelle herself has clients all around the country. The Entrepreneurs Circle has thousands of members around the country. And Michelle's got a background, has been working with business owners and SMEs for the last 14 years. And today, Michelle's going to talk through the 3 quick wins to help you generate more business without costing you a penny. Michelle's going to talk about kind of 25-30 minutes or so. There were quite a lot of slides. You were very welcome to take screenshots or take photos. I think some of them Michelle will actively encourage you to do so, because there's some stuff on there that'd be really useful. If you would like to ask questions, you can just pop your questions in the chat box. When you do that, can you just make sure that at the bottom of the chat box, there's a little drop down saying 2, and everyone is the default, or you can obviously send it to individuals. If you can put your questions to everyone, we can see them, and then I'll pick them up and kind of ask some of those, Michelle, at the end. So without any further ado, I'll hand you over to Michelle.
Thanks, John. I thought you said I'd been doing it for 40 years then, John. 14, I'll just clarify. I'm not that old. But nonetheless, thank you for having me today. And I am going to share with you some, I guess you'd call them real nuggets, things that particularly resonate with me and resonate with my clients. I could have talked to you for hours about quick wins and marketing techniques, but we have only a very small bit of time. I have a unique offer at the end, so any of you that find me boring, click on in 30 minutes and make sure you listen to the last bit, because there's a unique offer that I'd like to share with you all. As John has rightly said and has kindly introduced me, I work for a business called the Entrepreneurs Circle. Very proud of that. We work with thousands of businesses in helping them escape mediocrity and achieve the things that they feel are not possible in business, and we do that very, very well. We're quite normal, we're very bright, hence all the things behind me and the bright slides that you'll see today. But for the right businesses at the right time, we make a massive impact in supporting them in taking their business to where it wants, into where they want it to be. So as John has kindly described, really this session is all about quick wins. They're things that shouldn't take you forever to implement in your business. And I think in light of wanting to see returns on your efforts and your investments, then I thought this was relatively apt. Now, for those of you that have got a keen eye, you'll see that there's a little footer at the bottom of this presentation, which is the Getting and Keeping Customers Convention, which effectively is where some of these content is from. We ran a big online convention back in October as a result of not being able to do a face-to-face one. And these were really the 3 best bits that I thought I'd share with you. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the nitty-gritties. The 3 things are following up. So how can you ensure that you grow your business with keen impact? Number 1 is follow-up. And as I always say to my clients, the fortune is here. Most people don't do this very well. I'm going to give you a technique to help you secure more business in a 3-line email. The second thing is a constant flow of reviews that will ultimately help you improve your organic ranking, be seen by your prospects as the number 1 go-to, and to make the selling easier. Most people go out and get reviews in one go, and then they forget about it and get on with the rest of their business. You have to create a rhythmic acquisition of reviews so that you are constantly be seen as the place or the brand to go to when it comes to fulfilling the needs of your clients. And the final thing, which is probably one of my most favorite things in the entire world, that and shoes, are video emails. And I'm going to share with you something that I think in my profession, I couldn't be without now. That and dry shampoo. I couldn't be without video emails. I'm getting one smile. Thanks for that. From the lovely Kim Webb, who, by the way, you do not look old enough to be a nana. But yeah, video emails is the third thing. So I'm going to get cracking on with the first one, which is a very, very easy one. And it's all about following up. Again, I could probably talk till the cows come home about follow-up techniques. But for the purpose of today, I'm going to challenge you all to think a little bit deeper in your business about what your follow-up strategy is. So there's a question for you all there. What is your prospect journey? How do you maximize the time in which somebody says yes to you, or indeed no, because no's are all right as well. It's this whole where people are in this ether of not telling you one way or another. And one of the things that we proclaim, and I guess it's an EC thing now, is something called the 3-line email. And basically it's the simplest yet most effective way to stand out and secure business, to get people to tell you one way or another whether or not they want your thing or they don't want your thing. And it's a really simple reminder. It's called the 3-line email, and I believe it's one of the best emails you can use in your business. So this is where you might want to do a screen grab or get your cameras out and take a picture. It's something you can diarize to do. So if you've got a very simple follow-up process, simply diarize in your Google calendars to do it. If you do use CRM systems and you want to use it as part of your auto sequence, I hope I'm not talking double Dutch to you now, but you can actually systemize it to put to build it as part of your follow-up sequence in your CRM systems, and then simply watch the results. I have got countless individuals who have used this. They also use it as a text message as well. So in the world of technology as we are, that, you know, it's hard to get emails opened these days. It's something that you might want to send as a text, and it goes something like this. It says, "Hi Michelle, it's been a while since you spoke with us, and I just wondered if you're still looking for a blank. If so, I'd love to help you. Ping me a reply or give me a call on." And that is it. It's not too salesy. It's like chatting with a friend, and it's a very simple follow-up email. So this is the time when you definitely want to screen grab or take a picture now, because that will change how people respond to you when you want a yes or no. I know John will give me a thumbs up now because John does it in his business. It's one of those things that you can forget to do, so systemizing it is key. So that's my first one, over and done. You're welcome. I'm going to move on to the second little quick win. This is a little bit meatier because it does require a level of thought and a level of desire. We all know how important reviews are in the world of business. Everyone knows it, but people fail to have a rhythmic system of acquiring them. It never becomes somebody's job to actually reach a target of getting X amount of reviews per month for your business. And there are many reasons why, and I'm not going to apologize here for reinforcing the message as to why reviews are so important in your business. I know you'll have heard it countless times, but it's the reinforcement that will make it happen. So it's inescapable, really, how important online reviews have become for almost every business, but getting a constant flow of great reviews is hard until today. So why do you need a constant flow of reviews? Because people will buy from you if they trust what other people are saying. In a world where, you know, we want to use trusted suppliers more than ever, we want to give our suppliers and people that we're giving our hard-earned cash to, we want to make sure that we're investing our energy and money into them. So real, authentic, independent reviews are actually more important in the digital world than ever before, especially when it comes to consumers that are in their research stage. Only 3% of people online are ready to buy at that point. So you've got a huge amount of people, 97% of people, who are doing their research online ahead of them making a sale. And so during that research stage, actually what you want to be doing is turning up and showing up as a trusted supplier of that potential purchase. And so For me, and certainly, you know, in light of what we do with our clients, it's not just about getting a lump of reviews all in one go. It's about getting this constant flow of authentic reviews. So actually, we like spelling mistakes in reviews. You shouldn't be like trying to perfect them. We like real reviews from real people, but there has to be a system to get them. So again, this is all about research. Your existing customers are your best advocates, and they actually, motivated in the right way, can help you speed up the sales process. If anyone doubts that, come and have a chat with me for half an hour and I'll convince you that that's definitely absolutely true. We like 5 stars. I also like 4 stars as well. These ones down this other end are slightly more difficult to swallow when you're a business owner, because it's often too late when they're down at that end to put it right. But what I want to try and do today is to convince you that all feedback is good feedback. It's when you don't know about it that it becomes a problem. So you need to embrace every review that comes in, but know how to handle it. So good, honest, real and fresh reviews will help in the buying cycle, which in turn means more conversions for you and your business. So without them, I believe that you have got a disadvantage against the competition. Also, when people are searching for a particular product on Google, you will be acknowledged and rewarded through Google's organic rankings, both at local map level and indeed your organic rankings level generally. If you've got fresh reviews, it's a really important way to bump your rankings on a particular search term. Fresh reviews equals fresh content, which improves your organic rankings. So reviews could be argued as the 21st century testimonial. For many, many years, we all talked about glowing testimonials. For me, a testimonial is much more about a meatier story, a meatier case study. So we need to really embrace getting positive, regular flow of reviews, because all of this matters. What others say about you is far more important than what you say about yourself. Anybody can claim certain statements. Anybody can have an amazing marketing agency write amazing things for them, but actually you have to have the backup from a third party, an independent trusted source. So again, it's not just okay for you to say what you think people need to hear. You need to back up those statements, those powerful statements that you know, meet your powerful brand as well. How will a bunch of great reviews help your business grow? Well, in short, it gives you a competitive advantage. I know all of you sat there right now would want to be known as the best in your industry, in your local area. This does it. It will help you stand out. One of the things I do with a lot of my clients is I talk about their positioning statements, which is another thing you should all be thinking about. What is your category of one? What makes you stand out? And actually reviews sometimes give you that edge. Are you the only blank in blank with a 5-star rating on Google? Are you the only blank in blank that has more reviews than anybody else providing your service? If you can hold and command that position, let me tell you, things start to change for you when it comes to your marketing and indeed your sales. It gets inquiries flowing and the phone ringing. When somebody can see that you're the best in your field and you've got statements to back it up, you suddenly become the one that everybody wants to go to. And let me tell you, you can then be known as a premium offering and subsequently start to think about your pricing. Pricing is a whole separate subject. If I get invited back, I might do a session on that in the future. Google loves fresh content, which I've mentioned already, and customer service feedback is key. You need to know when you're getting it right, and you need to know when you're getting it wrong. You know when you're getting it wrong, as I've said already, so you can put it right, and it will flag up areas in your business that you might not know are there, because we get dragged into other stuff. You need to know that you're getting it right and indeed getting it wrong. This for me is an important slide. I want you all to be seen as an authority in your marketplace. If you are an authority, an expert, the person that is the one that everyone wants to go to, then that really gives you an edge over anybody else. And again, there's lots of benefits that come with it. So there are 8 simple ways to get more reviews and manage them. So I want you to get quite serious about this. You need to ask. ask and ask again. Don't just ask once a year, that's not good enough. You need to continuously build it in to when you make a sale or when you provide a service. So number 1 of 8 under our second quick win is to ask. So how do you ask? Choose the right time, obviously when customers are happy. You can sometimes ask at the start of the relationship with the client, as well as when you actually deliver the product. Just be careful. On Google, if you get 1 review for them on your Google My Business page, it will replace one with the other. So just be conscious of that. So if they've already left you a review and they leave you another, it will kind of replace the old one with the new one. So just be conscious. But there is a right time. This goes into what sequence and at what time you ask people, but you will know during your customer journey when the right moment is. I call it the wow moment, the aha moment, when they just go, my gosh, that's amazing. So you need to find that amazing moment and ask them. Think about your customer journey, as I've mentioned. In your follow-up, when you're doing a courtesy call, and within your communication, okay? So get them when it counts. Send a text with a link. That's a really easy way to do it. I'm going to show you how to do that in a short while. But again, these phones can come in really handy, as can WhatsApp as well in the business world too. Make it visible that you want reviews. Please leave us a review, poster, a point of sale cards, in your follow-up material, on newsletters, on your email signatures, you name it, you can ask for reviews. The other way of doing it, number 2, is to use an automatic system, an online review system. You'll have heard of things like Trustpilot. You'll have heard of, maybe not heard of Graders. Graders is one that we particularly recommend here at the Entrepreneurs Circle. I'll just very briefly share the details of Graders, but it kind of it speeds up the process. It's automated, which I always think is a good thing when you're a business owner. So let's just go into it. So what it is, it's a single command center for all of your customer reviews. Graders is the first and only solution to wrangle local reviews into an addressable marketing channel with a complete solution. It makes the process of asking for reviews easy for businesses with an automated review request campaign built into its software. It makes it easy for customers to write reviews with a streamlined review funnel. I'll just move on. It automates the process of asking for them. So again, if you are in the habit of forgetting to ask them, you only do it once a year or once a quarter when someone gives you a shove. This allows you to constantly do it, and it's a system that will help you. It makes it as easy as possible for your customers to leave a review by providing links to your preferred review sites, by providing choices. So if you want your reviews on Google, if you want your reviews on Facebook, if you want your reviews on Checkatrade, it will do it for you by prompting your customers to leave the reviews on the right platforms for you. And that's another really important point. You don't just want reviews on one platform, you want them across multiple platforms to again allow you to increase your organic ranking. Subsequently, it removes any friction by simplifying the review funnel with streamlined minimal click process, which is what the consumer wants. And it will only add reviews, really importantly here, that are 4 or 5 star. So it won't make them live if they're a 1 to 3 star, which again, for some of you, that might be helpful. I'll whiz through these. It installs a reviewers button on any page on your website, and it uses text messages to request reviews from your customers too on their phone. So in short, it's brilliant. And I'll let you read these things yourself. So if you're interested in an automated system, then that's probably one that you might want to consider. Be careful to ask for reviews periodically. You don't want a big reviews dump. Sorry, that sounds grotesque, but you don't. You want them dripping in to make sure that you organically spread out the fresh content. Okay. Number 3, then, out of the review section, have an automated email that's part of your follow-up sequence to ask for reviews. So this is about sending an email or a text message out which prompts people to ask for reviews. So if you're not using something like a system like Graders and you want to do it yourself, this is a simple way to do it. Here's an email, take a picture of it. I go to a PT and she's awful. I mean, in the sense of she makes me work hard, but I really like her. And when I first met Steph, I did my research, and I kind of knew her through a friend. And unfortunately for Steph, we talk about a business a fair bit during my sessions, normally to distract her from making me do loads of squats. But I said to her, Steph, do you know what? Your organic reviews, you just don't have any. I said, so you're really missing out on when people are researching you. They can't see how amazing you are. So one of the first jobs that I said to her she needed to do was to ask her clients to give her a review on Google. And this is what I came up with for her. And it says, I really hope you're doing well. I have a little favour to ask. I'm on a bit of a mission to grow and build my business in the next 12 months. And you'll know how important reviews and recommendations are. So right now, my Google reviews are really, really pants. I only have 3, one of which is my husband's, so he doesn't count. It would be great and super helpful if you could leave me a review. All you've got to do is click here and we'll take you no more than 60 seconds, making it easy for the consumer. She's put a Google link in there and she's put her Facebook link in there as well. Really appreciate your support. Thanks in advance. And then she did a little shameless plug at the end with her free taster session. And that's what she did. She went from 3 to 10 in one email. Okay. Now, suddenly for Steph's business, she's become a business that is competing with others in the local area. And when you search for PT in Stratford upon Avon, which is where I'm based, she now starts to rank, but she needs to keep working at it. Now, I'm not going to have the time today to go and search all of your Google rankings and search your Google results if I put in your business names. But I promise you, I know I'll find somebody that's not in double digits. And when I dig a little bit deeper, okay, I'm going to find people haven't left your review for years. Now, that's not okay at all. In this day and age, you need to be on top of it like you've never been on top of it before. So that's number 3, okay, to ask for reviews and to ensure that you're getting them by using an email follow-up to prompt people to do it. The 4th one is to use your team. Sometimes because you're the owner, yeah, you don't have the relationship with the people, your customers. You know, you're in a slightly different position. So actually getting your team to ask, your front-facing staff, might be a better way of doing it. So don't lose sight of the fact that if you have counter staff or you have staff serving, you know, and again, I don't know what businesses you're all in, but relationship managers, they're the people to ask of the customers that they look after. And all they've got to do is have the right things in place to make sure that that happens. So train the staff to ask for them, get an iPad to use if they're out delivering the job or in store, use an incentive. I've seen a barber shop in Cheshire transform their business by having inter barbers competitions. They've got like branches and branches across Cheshire, and they basically have competitions between them. They're incentivized to do so, and it just creates this lovely camaraderie. But use review collection tools as well, so that's another way of doing it. These are all the ways that you can collect reviews. There are lots more, but these were the ones that kind of sprung to mind. You know, having positioned yourself as being, you know, I don't know, 4.5 star on Trustpilot just gives you that edge. It's a really great statement to use, but you've got to earn the right to be able to use those statements. Facebook is a great way to capture reviews. They make it really difficult for people to see reviews on your Facebook pages. I'm going to show you how. This is our page. It's the screen grab, so it'll have changed by now. You have to go into the more drop down button and you will find reviews in there. That's how people will find your reviews now on your Facebook pages. Obviously you've got this little section here, look, on the left hand side, but that's quite important when you are trying to get business and win business. I'll just move on a stage because you need to make sure that you do this in your page settings. So you need to ensure that you are showing your reviews openly on your Facebook pages. And the way to do that is to go into page settings, templates and tabs, and make sure that reviews little button there on the right hand side has a little blue marker on it. Okay, can you see that? I hope that's okay for you to see. Just give me the thumbs up, John, that everyone can see that. Fabulous. All right, thank you. So again, just that's an action for you to take away. Sorry if any of you thought you were going to have a rest on this 45-minute session. That's certainly not the case. So that's how you do it on Facebook. And then Google reviews, which is all on your Google business page. And so one of my suggestions to John when I got invited to do this was I was going to do a whole session on Google My Business, and then I just thought, I'm not going to be able to do it in the time that I had. When I offer you my super little offer at the end, I can promise you that if you have not got your Google My Business page sorted, that if you join us, then you will get that done by following a simple kind of session on it. But on Google right now, if you search for yourself, you need to have a Google My Business setup. If you haven't, you're not going to appear in what effectively is the local ranking, the local map view. And that's a really missed opportunity for you, because guess what? It's free. I told you it'd be quick wins for free today. So this is a really important takeaway for you. I haven't got the time today to do a whole session on Google My Business, but you need to make sure that you embrace it. Now, you'll see here an example of somebody's Google My Business kind of page, but you can all get that. It's called My Business App. It keeps changing its blooming name, but it's affectionately known in my business as Google My Business. So it's called My Business App. You can do it on your phone, okay? And effectively, what you can do from it is you'll have your own like little Google My Business page on your phone, and you can, if you click on the button at the bottom there that says customers in the app, you can then send a very, very simple link to your customers in your phone or on Facebook or on your messaging, the link, and get them to leave your review instantly. So this is how you do it. You go into customers on your Google My Business app on your phone. You go to reviews, and you can, down here it says Entrepreneur Circle would love your feedback, post a review to our profile. You then do the little, can you see the arrow there at the top right, circled just up here? Can you all see that? You send that, okay, to your list via, to your followers or via message, and then this is what basically will be sent, and then you essentially send it to your audience there. I know I've whizzed through that. They're going to make the recording available, these your lovely colleagues, so you can you know, screen pause and go through it. But if you're not using Google My Business in your business and getting reviews on Google My Business, then you're bonkers. And I'm affectionately telling you, you're bonkers. I'm not being rude, but you need to be doing this. It's a surefire way of getting your links out there and getting reviews. So the number 5 of 8 then, of 3, is to use simple techniques such as asking via an email and signature online invoices. One of my colleagues does this, one of my other coaches, and she simply puts, if you love being coached by me and you're happy to leave a review, simply click here. I may even get a prize if you leave me something nice. And honestly, people smile. It's on a signature, so it goes out with every email. And guess what happens? People leave a review. So get it on the bottom of your email signatures across your entire business. Number 6 is set a target, okay? Right now, you will know how many reviews you have got on Google My Business, on Facebook, okay? I can tell you now it's probably not enough. Now, I have a little thing here at EC in that you need to make it happen, but we believe that if you've been in business for a year, you should be able to get 10 reviews. Okay, if you've been in business for 2, you should be able to get 20. But remember, we don't want a complete data dump. We want to spread the review collection out. But my first goal is for you to get into double digits. So I set everyone a little challenge now. If you do not have 10 reviews on Google right now, okay, if you can't prove that you got 10 reviews on Google right now, something's up and we need to go out there and get them. So that could be my little Christmas wish today, that you go out there and make that happen, because it will make the selling of your product and service so much easier. So the first thing to do is to check how many you've got and then set yourself a target, but double digits is what I'd be looking for. You need to respond to every single review, please, good and bad. Do not go dark on people. It's important that you acknowledge, and guess what? Google loves it when you respond to reviews online, absolutely loves it. It will rank you. It likes you to communicate back to people that have left your review, but you need to respond. Where possible, okay, You need to remember all feedback is good. If somebody has left you a review and you have no record of them ever using your business, it's important that you challenge Google to actually try and get that review taken down. Okay, do not leave them on there. One or two star review can have a massive impact on your rankings and your average star rating there. And then acknowledge receipt and say thank you. Or if it's negative, still acknowledge it and encourage to take it offline, okay? Because it's best to be dealt with offline than in a complete argument online. So don't get narky, don't get into a keyboard warrior scenario. Be always professional, always professional. Yeah, don't get into an online argument. Respond well and make them non-generic. I've seen too many people just say, thanks, it was really great to have you. Make it really personal when you're acknowledging reviews, and your response should be an extension of your values as well. The 8 of the review section, which is one for look, don't forget to use your reviews in your marketing everywhere. I often find that when you're putting proposals together or when you are following up with people, we fail to talk about what we've done for others. Okay, and this is a surefire way of helping you secure business. So that is 2 of 3 when it comes to quick wins. So in very brief terms, map out the reviews process, set a target, make it easy for customers to leave them, ensure that you share the positivity with your team. And the final 3, as third one, sorry, of 3 is video messaging, which I'm going to whiz through because I'm just conscious of time. Am I all right for time, Alex?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm
no
okay.
problem.
All right. Thank you. So video messaging, okay, probably the best thing ever invented. Well, that and dry shampoo, as I said earlier. So we've got to make sure that you embrace this, okay? Now, some people think that being on video is the worst thing ever. They put it up there with like, Michelle, I'd rather stick pins in my eyes than be on video. Now, I'm going to say something now, which I often say to my clients, which is you need to get over yourself because you've got some big targets, I'm sure, for 2021, and you're not going to reach them without getting out of your comfort zone. So you do have to politely get over yourselves. I'm not shy. I'm a frustrated performer. But I promise you this, if you do this and do this well, you're going to have a better year than you would without it. So what is video messaging? Okay. Personal video messaging via email from your phone or from your PC enables you to build better relationships. Fact. And in the business world, it's not common, it's not normal. So it breaks down lots and lots of barriers to winning business and to building relationships with your existing customers. It's really, really easy. I'm no techie. I'm like Alex here. I don't do techie. I'm not a techie. I never want to be. I don't wear, you know, coats and hoods. I just don't do any of that. I'm generalizing now, but I do love video email. I do. And it makes you super successful, excuse me, in whatever industry you're in. Even John sends them out and he's a bloody accountant. I mean, there you go. So today I'm going to share one of my favorite business tools that will have the biggest single return for you. And guess what? They let you have it for free initially, which is just amazing. So how does it help you keep and get customers? Standing out, okay, is an absolute necessity to win new business in what is quite a challenging world right now, but it allows you to make strong relationships and maintain strong relationships with those existing customers. It's a simple tool that's inexpensive, impactful, easy to use, and it can transform your sales process. How does it help you get more customers? Because it allows you to follow up in a way that you've never followed up before. So there you go. I've said it already. But what I want to do is I want you to become memorable. Okay. Some of you now are not memorable in your follow-up process. You just become another person doing it in the same way as everybody else. That 3-line email I shared to you earlier on is one change, but this will be the other. So what is it? Okay, in simple terms, video emails go straight to the inbox of your prospect or of your customer, and they can be automated and scheduled. I'm going to show you exactly what they look like in a minute. They're trackable, so you can see who's opened your email. So if you've got a hot prospect and you want to know that they've opened the email, you can see that they've watched it. Sometimes they watch it repeatedly. That's always a bit of a concern, but they do. It's brilliant to use to go through documents or proposals, because you can do a screen share, which is amazing. So you can actually bring to life the proposal or the, you know, or what you're presenting to someone. So again, whatever business you're in, it really helps you in the world that we're in right now. It's personal, so it builds relationships, and it's great for customer service as part of your customer journey. If you don't know what customer journey is, research it. It will change the way that you look after your customers. And it's customizable and interactive, because somebody can receive a video email, then they can send you a video email back, and honestly, they just love it. So this is one response that I received from sending out a BombBomb. This is the best email I have honestly ever received. It put a smile on my face and totally made my day. The first tool you can use to help you with video messaging is Loom. Some of you might use that already. It's not my favorite. It's free, so you have an option, but that's Loom. If you want to go ahead and research it, that's on your list of things to do. BombBomb is my favorite. I often call it Boom Boom. I don't know why, because BombBomb is the most unfortunate name ever, but it kind of, you know, resonates. But you literally are dropping something into someone's inbox and waiting for a reaction. So how can it help you engage better with your customers then? Well, here's one of my clients. He looks happier than that, I promise you. Jason is an IT business, hard to, you know, to get people to move contracts. He sent a BombBomb to one of his clients. The client said, yeah, of course I can help you get a referral. The referral then joined £2,000 a month from one BombBomb and some other bits that Jason then put in place. But just by asking for referrals, he was able to use BombBomb in that process. You got to keep it simple. How easy is it to set it up? This is Loom. You can be billed monthly. You can see the basic there, up to 25 videos a month, screening, camera recording, comments, reactions, and viewer insights. It starts to charge you, Loom, the further you go up, but it is free if you want the basic. But as I said, BombBomb is my favorite. It's free for 14 days, and then you're billed monthly, or you can be billed annually. But I promise you, one of the best investments you'll ever make. So again, I'll let you do your research here, but you get a 14-day free trial. And this is a screenshot of my BombBomb account. You can see how many videos I have recorded in my entire time, and I use them. I have to do lots and lots of critiquing of material in my job, and it's the easiest thing in the world. It stops you having to sit and write. You can see I sent an email to one of my clients here. It was a case study. I had 53 opens on that, because people will go back to it, you see, and you can see how many opens I've had and how many contacts I've sent there. This is what they look like. Okay, so that's exactly how the email arrives in someone's inbox. Okay, so it's from me to the person, and then there is a title, so you can change the title of the video. I can attach things into the email as well, and that's how it lands. That's the thumbnail. Okay, so you can change your thumbnail as you go through too, and that's a response that I had from someone who decided to send me a response to something that they'd received from me. And thanks, Michelle, we'll get the amends done and resend. But you can see just exactly what they look like. Important you get your backdrop right, really important, but you can have templates that you send them out on as well. So got a hot prospect, not ready yet to buy, diarise to send them a video email. So video email will massively change your business. It's quick, it's inexpensive, and it's easy to use. And those are your links for the free trials. So have a go. If any of you feel unsure, take it from me, take it from John. Best tool ever invented to get you in front of the hearts and the heads of your prospects when it comes to securing business. Okay, but it takes time. Remember, you will never, ever, ever fail to put a smile on someone's face when you send out a video message to them. And you can do it on your phone as well, so you haven't got to be in front of your PC all the time. So, crikey, Three things. You need to follow up using the 3-line email, which I know you all took a picture of. Number 2, get a constant rhythmic flow of reviews for your business. And don't forget Google My Business, because that's going to help you too. And number 3, sending out video emails. That has been a complete Michelle on speed session, I know that. And normally I'd spend a lot longer with you, but we are slightly narrowed with time here. I did promise you a little Michelle offer at the start of this session, so here it is. At the Entrepreneurs Circle, we're all for helping businesses, and we've done that incredibly well this year, and I'm not ashamed here to blow our own trumpet. We really do care. We give a damn about helping people do more of what is easy to us, but actually make it simple for people. And today you've had a snippet of, you know, what effectively is an entire library, 10 years of content. But if you've enjoyed what you've seen, and I hope you have, there is a 2-month bursary, so 2 months for literally for free, where we will invite you into the Entrepreneurs Circle and subsequently encourage you to take advantage of our entire 10 years worth of work. We have a vault, we have marketing clinics, and that's your link to your bursary there. So I know John's going to pop it in the chat for you now as well. So that's your little offer. I hope that's been helpful. I think I may have some questions, but I'm going to stop sharing now, if I may, and just take a little moment to breathe.
Thank you, Michelle. As always, a lot to get through, and as done in your own energetic style, as you said. I'll just put that link in the chat room if I can do that while talking, and I can't really multitask.
John, you mean you're multitasking? Wowzers.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it? There you go. That'll be about to go, everyone, I think. Cool. So I've got some questions, if that's okay. I'll start with one from Dave Verberg. Do you think this is more or less important for B2C or B2B?
Oh, it's mutual. It's B2B and B2C. Absolutely. I don't know where he is. Just wave at me if you've got your camera on.
There he is.
Hello there. Hi, sir. Yeah, I think, do you know what? I think the fact that most people think some of this stuff is just B2C only, that would give you a differentiator immediately. But as I said, you know, with video emails, is that the particular thing you mentioned, or is it everything?
It was earlier on.
No, it was on the reviews. Yeah, it was on the Google reviews.
Absolutely,
the value and the importance to them.
Oh my gosh, Dave, without a shadow of a doubt. I think probably, you know what, to give you that edge as the authority in your marketplace, absolutely get them. You need to find the right platforms. LinkedIn would be a great place for you to get reviews, but also your Google My Business as well. I quite like the idea of you getting reviews because you can turn them into case studies, and actually use case studies to present a case when you're putting together a tender, for example. But yeah, I mean, there's not a person out there right now that wouldn't want to see reviews for any business in any B2B or B2C sector. I think it's just the way we're programmed now, for sure.
And Victoria's asked actually on reviews, is it detrimental if you have a spike in Google reviews all at one time?
Oh, well, I did mention the big review dump. You don't want to have too many just in one go. You want to try and spread them out. So that's why building like an auto sequence to ask for reviews as part of your, you know, your sales process is a better way of doing it. Steffi, for example, I mean, she was nowhere to be seen on Google, my PT. Effectively, she went from 3 to 10, so she added 7 immediately. But what then Steffi now does is she sends it out when she brings on a new client. And every time she brings somebody into her group classes, she asks them to leave a review. So it's now steady and it's streamlined rather than just a big dump once a quarter or a big dump once a year. So yeah, it can have a negative impact, Victoria, if you do it as a big kind of mass, let's get the reviews and let's do it. But as long as you keep getting them, you'll be fine.
Cool. And wait, didn't you guys get your Trustpilot frozen or something for getting too many in a day or something?
What do you mean, John? Yeah, we did, because they think it's like they think you've gone out and paid somebody to do them. Essentially, what John's referring to is when we had our big convention a few weeks ago, it feels like years ago now. We got lots of people were just like, "That's amazing!" Da, 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 da. You know, we had thousands of people on this virtual convention, so we did get a lot. But systematically, we're now aiming to get at least 6 to 10 a month. So that's our we scorecard it as well, everyone. So every week we have a challenge to get between 6 and 10 reviews, so that we're constantly reaching those numbers. But we have a large audience, but we're also taking people on, you see, so that, you know, we're bringing people in all the time, and it goes out as a regular email to get them through.
And you mentioned about spreading them across the sites, but is Google the one you'd start with?
In my opinion, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if someone's searching for your thing in your area, where are they going to go? I say no more. They're going to go on Google, aren't they, really? So that would be my first base. Get that one done. Get double digits, and then you can crack on with the rest of them.
Right. And one last question before we wrap up then, a pop-up would be, so on BombBomb, I mean, as you know, I use BombBomb and I love it. I swear by it. I use it in our interview process as well, as one of our team was telling you earlier, as before the interview, to kind of, you know, say we're looking forward to meeting you and that kind of stuff. But when's the best time to use a video email with a prospect?
I think, again, it goes back to diarising. If you've presented something, you've proposed something, it definitely needs to be quite soon in the follow-up. I'd certainly say you have to give people a bit of time to absorb the information that you've shared. Depends on your product and your service, really. People tend to do it certainly after a week, but it's just, you need to work out what you're doing already in your prospect journey to then add in the video email at the right time. You can't be desperate. No one wants a desperate salesperson. But, you know, don't forget, it's also for customer engagement as well. So if you've got an announcement to share with somebody, or you want to, I don't know, check in and see how somebody is, it's the perfect tool for it. If you've got lapsed customers, somebody hasn't bought from you for a while, get a list of all your different customers. You've got to do them individually. You cannot send a mass email via BombBomb. Really, really important. It makes it generic. It makes it lose its personable, you know, feeling. And yes, you have to timely do them, and make sure you change the subject title of each one to make it a little bit more about them. But yeah, I think in terms of going back to somebody, if you've presented something that you want them to buy, certainly after a week. You could, if you wanted to, use the BombBomb email verbally to replace the 3-line email. It's another way of doing it, if you want to be really smart. But yeah, I think that you just need to make sure you build it into the journey. So first stage really is probably to work out what you do in your prospect journey, you know, and whether or not you're following up properly right now.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
We do ours before we meet a prospect as well. Actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. So pre.
I'm looking at your website type of things that works. People mention that when they come in, because it's just, again, it's just a bit different. But yeah, superb, brilliant.
Perfect.
Well, I think then I'm going to say thank you very much, Michelle. That's absolutely
my pleasure.
Hopefully everyone enjoyed that. And then I'm going to hand to Alex, actually, because he's better at the techie bit than me, over what we're going to do next. So Alex, so thank you, Michelle, and over to you, Alex.
I'll say bye. Thanks. I'm going to go and have some lunch before my next coaching call. But lovely to see you all. Good luck. Enjoy the festivities when they arrive. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pop everybody now into some different breakout rooms. So you should get a link on your screen now. If you just click accept, then it will put you in with for a random one-to-one. Okay, just wait for everybody to get back in the room, I think. Are we all here? Are we all here? I think we are. So that's it, guys. We've come to the end of our event, our Entrepreneurs Club event. And I think you'll agree that we all need to have a little lie down after Michelle's talk, which was I thought was fantastic. I've got so many screenshots and notes all over the place to implement. If you've not been to one of these events before, we usually try and run these every sort of 6 to 8 weeks. So we'll probably now go into the new year, of which we will invite you to. After this as well, and we'll post a few things on our social media channels. We've been recording the session as well, so there'll be recording we'll make available to you all. We'll send an email out to you with all the details. But just wanted to say thank you very much from all of us for joining. If there's anything else that you need from us, please feel free to just to let us know. But otherwise, I wish you farewell, and I wish you a happy Christmas on this 2nd of December, which feels like ridiculously early. But happy Christmas, everyone, and I'll speak to you all soon.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks.